they all are. Morris is the one up on the bench. I did get his medicine in him last night with Dawn's help, but he's growing leery of having to be captured and given medicine. Good morning, everyone. Morris, hey bud. Hi, buddy. Oh, you're hungry. That's great. And willing to come up and let me pet you after the whole medicine thing? Thank you, buddy. I'm going to let you eat. I'm going to let you eat in peace. I don't have a ton of time this morning because I got to go pick up Michelle for the luncheon. And also, who wants to listen to the loud lawnmower? Hi, Stripey. I know, you're such a good boy. Yeah, it's the neighbor up in the cul-de-sac mowing, and I'm sure he's mowing my grass too, so I just wish it wasn't as loud as it is. But it is what it is, right? And I really do appreciate him mowing his side of our side up there. So, well, Morris is definitely keeping an eye on me today to make sure I'm not trying to grab him for more medicine. Sigh. He's doing great though. Eating, energy level, body posture. Marty's doing okay. He's in the front yard laying in the sun, happy as can be right now. Don left the cleaner car in the garage, so he pulled the GMC in. Robot needs to be washed. Don't have my phone. Oh, and obviously, I'm always running a little late. I'm having to set all my stuff down. I got drinks I could spill and everything. Let's go back and get my phone, which was almost dead this morning and is charging in the kitchen because I needed more steps. I got up later than I intended this morning, by accident, of course, and I didn't get to do any video editing this morning. Not the end of the world. I did pad my leave time to get to Michelle's and my time from her house to where the venue is. So we shouldn't be late. So Case was making a right turn on red back there at the quote-unquote Taekwondo Walmart intersection. You know, the main Judd Parkway and Main Street turn. And it was fine to start the right turn on red. But then the light turned green and the car started to move, and instead of picking up speed and completing the turn, Case hesitated, braked a little bit, and acted like he was going to stop in the middle of making the turn. And we were already too far out to stop. So I took over, gave a little acceleration, and got through the turn. And I did report what happened, although it stopped recording before I could finish my analysis, let's just say. Guess I was too wordy. It was not what I would consider a critical intervention, because Case the car coming through was already stopped, would not have picked up speed fast enough to hit us, and I'm sure after Case thought it was safer to go, would have went, or I could have just gave some acceleration and not actually taken us out of FSD. So I don't consider it to have been a safety issue, but I do, in order to not provoke the other driver, I got us through the turn. Let's leave it at that. Passed another Cybertruck over here on Highway 42. No wrap. I waved. You can't tell if they waved back or not. I'm sitting so far back from the glass as the driver, I don't think you can really... From the side, you can see the driver without a tint, but I don't think from the front you probably really can't. Still, it seems like lots of times when I'm out around Fuquay now, I'm seeing at least one other Cybertruck. I'm liking it. We heard that Tesla's backlog of cars had significantly increased. Again, from where it was, closer back, I guess I'm trying to phrase it right, back to where it was 2 years ago. There's a good sized backlog right now. Let's leave it that way. And that's what you don't want it to be too long, but that's what you want to hear, right? There's demand for the cars and they're producing them. Although Tesla did also say it sounded maybe limited to Giga Berlin, that in some cases batteries are still limiting how many cars they can make. Certainly it took a little bit for us to get our Cybertruck, and we were slightly perplexed. But you know, this has been a solid car post delivery for us so far, and whatever it took to get it to us in good shape was fine. We were just going on the number they gave us, and it took a little bit longer. That's how life works, right? Sometimes things are shorter and sometimes things are longer. It's not a great spot for the truck to be because it's kind of blind that you can't see what's coming up over the curve. Anyway, I switched it from curbside street to curbside driveway, or parking street to parking driveway. The truck handled backing out of Michelle's driveway so great the last time, there's no reason not to go in the driveway. But just a friendly reminder to check what the vehicle thinks you want to happen at your destination. I put in the wrong street address. Nope, that's 2900. I would say that thankfully I've learned how to cancel the turn signal. I don't think I have had the address in wrong. And we were definitely not at Michelle's house yet. So unfortunately, I'm not self-driving to the address anymore. Michelle has a mini flag. You can tell her mailbox, and then, you know, when you make the turn in, there are, well, that's not the right mini flag here. Devin's car is at the street. Make City. Michelle does have a mini flag, and she got the NC State one on that we found at Guardian Angel. Cool. I'm pretty sure I had the right street address, but I will confirm. I had to type it in again. I finally figured out that my profile is sometimes the one attached to my key fob and sometimes the one attached to my phone. And that's why I'm having differences in my navigation favorites. Don't you look cute? Perfect.
You look hot.
I wish I could open the door for you, but you'll have to push that little white button there.
Okay.
Just push it. And then it pops, and now you can pull it out the rest of the way.
Ooh.
So at least there is assist with the heavy door.
Oh, wow.
And then you'll have to close it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, please.
How are you doing this morning?
Good. Everything's good.
Yeah, I messed up your address. It's a favorite for Dawn's profile, but maybe not my profile, or maybe it's a favorite in Ruby's key fob profile, but not my phone key for this car. And I'm like, just give a girl a break and drive to Michelle's house, darn it. Don't you know where Michelle is? All right, let me
go to Michelle.
Exactly. Well, we're going to fix it as a favorite, so that'll never happen again. Let me get in the dress of where we're going.
Okay.
I basically know where, but the truck to drive, I got to tell the truck.
Gotcha.
Navigate to Bent Winds Country Club.
Ooh.
So it should be on Hilltop Needmore. And, yeah, there's the clubhouse with the pool and stuff. So it's this building right here.
Uh-huh.
And we probably want to park like here.
Okay.
So I'm going to set that as a favorite if we can.
Mm-hmm.
Bent Winds Country. Now I'll have it as a favorite in this car, but if I get in Ruby, it won't be a favorite. And that's just because Ruby's got older technology with the phone. Robot, it'll show up because the robot uses the phone too. All right, well, let's go.
I'm ready.
We don't want to turn around Case. We were just going to back out of the driveway. Maybe Case will figure it out. Okay, I don't know. I guess he thought, well, I'll see if I can turn around, but since I can't turn around now, I'm going to back out. Fair enough.
Boy, he does a better job than I do.
Right, well, I told Dawn, watch the mailbox, watch the mailbox, watch the mailbox, and it was amazing how good the car, how tight the turn, watch how tight we're turning. not even having to worry about the mailbox
That
back
is so
there.
awesome.
Or Devin's car, or your mailbox. I mean, that mailbox has been hit
So many times.
so many times. I've never hit it. I come close. Michelle looks out for me and reminds me when I leave, don't forget the mailbox. Because she's learned to save her friends.
Yeah, because it's right in the way, you know, right behind my truck.
So what time does it say we're going to get there? 11:15. Perfect.
Oh,
that gives us a 15-minute cushion on...
Boy, it feels like I'm in the future.
you
know? Like the Fifth Element. I'm in one of those taxi cabs.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. I did have to do one intervention coming over here. It wasn't critical, though. It was just sort of like... I took over mostly not to frustrate another driver. So, but it's very exciting. I hope to get to one of the cities, let's just say within the next year or 2 years, where there are robo-taxis and we can get in the driverless car. So the cars are, because of NHTSA, government regulation, we are overstopping at stop signs. We're driving the way regulations say you're supposed to handle stop signs instead of the way people really drive at stop signs. So it stops a little far back and then inches forward and then really makes sure there's no movement on the car for a full second and then it goes. And it's just super frustrating. I hope they'll back off of that a little bit. The cars need to drive like safe, but like people drive.
Right.
But then on the other hand, we got to err on the side of caution because... You know, people do stupid things all the time and that doesn't get reported in the news. But if a robo-taxi or a car on FSD says something stupid, then that has the chance to be blown up like it's, you know, the world is coming to an absolute end. So I personally don't require 0 accidents from FSD, just less than people. But I think some people... definitely have these. See how we're stopping at the stop sign, but then we're going to inch forward. It's not going to go. I've seen it handle this enough to know that it's not going to pull out in front of that truck. So I'm going to guess it's been, see if I can get you in the picture for a minute. I'm going to guess it's been 2 years since you've been in the car with me and Ruby driving FSD. You think it's been 2 years?
Oh my gosh, that long?
Well, we stopped going to lunch and me driving us around everywhere with COVID and kids that needed transportation. Because they were coming home on the bus for middle school.
Yeah.
So it might even be more than 2 years. But we've been out a couple times. We just haven't been out weekly. Anyway, I'm just thinking you're thinking it's a big difference between the last time you were with me with autonomous driving and this. I mean, I'm not having to touch the... I haven't touched the wheel one time. So, that was where you were supposed to go, yes, Marianne, it's changed a lot since the last time I was in the car.
Yeah, to the point you don't even have to put your hands on the steering wheel.
Right.
So.
She's over here all smiles.
Yeah, this is amazing.
And comfortable, yes. I would say. Some people get in and they're like sort of freaked out. I've heard of instances where folks have friends or family member that are like, I'm not driving with you if you're in FSD.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When the camera card filled up, I think I was saying that, you know, sometimes folks are not comfortable being in a car where FSD is in use and ask folks not to use it. I would venture that there are quite a few times where they're in FSD, but they don't understand that the blue lane up here, the blue underneath the car, but when we get a little bit farther away, that the blue lane is actually signifying, you know, and self-driving up here. Like they don't even have a clue. They just don't understand that it's up, it tells them up there on the screen. So
safer to go this way than driving yourself.
Right. Well, the statistics coming from Tesla say that it's now safer than humans.
And it's better for the elderly who think they can drive, but they really can't.
Right. Well, there's a little bit, yes. I think it's safer for people with all kinds of issues, whether it's arthritis or vision or seizure activity, but they're cleared to drive, but you never know when it might again. I guess there's a little bit of discussion in the community. I can't tell why we're stopped. I'm guessing a left turn or a right turn.
It's a mail car.
Ah, okay. See, I couldn't see that, but wow, they got all the way off. Maybe utility worker or something.
Oh, I thought they were messing with that. Oh, maybe it's a mail girl. She's
sorting with stuff in the vehicle. Okay. So so many things to say all at once, but the cars are now handling gestures from people. So I can go through construction zones with the car still in self-driving, and if there's a guy holding the stop sign, it'll stop. If somebody puts their hands up in the universal stop, it'll stop. If somebody waves you on, the car will go. It's been remarkably good at going through construction zones lately.
Now, if somebody flips you off, will it go and just crash into them? Knock them right off the road.
That's funny, Michelle. That's funny. Yes, I don't think... Well, I know some people in the community are ready for the cars to honk. Under certain conditions, the car is not really utilizing the horn yet. I think I've seen one report on X that was not verifiable that the car used the horn. Oh. But I don't think it's really a thing yet, or at least it's an edge case. It's not a real common thing, but there probably are some instances where the car, but you're not precluded from using it yourself.
Oh, to flip people off?
If you want to express your concern about their driving capacity. Yeah. So back to the medical thing. In the community, well, I would say the people that haven't driven FSD, or those that are on the more careful or skeptical end of the FSD autonomous driving spectrum, every time somebody says, oh, it's helping me out because I don't see well, or oh, it's helping me out because I've got a broken arm, or oh, it's helping me out because of this, they're like, well, you shouldn't be behind the wheel. And they're like, well, I'm cleared by my doctor to drive, and so I can drive myself, but why would I do that when FSD can really make me safer while I'm doing it? So I'm of the opinion I'm mostly going to lean toward, if you're cleared to drive, go with God and get behind the wheel with FSD. It'll help you out. I'm not of the opinion that, well, if you're concerned about your driving, you shouldn't use FSD or get behind the wheel. Well, people have got to get from point A to point B. And certainly, if we aren't there, even if we aren't there today, but I think we are, we'll be there really, really soon. I think Elon said that there could be unsupervised consumer-owned cars sometime later this year. Now, that's awesome. Likely to slip. Okay, because they also said in the same breath, we're going to err on the side of safety no matter what. So I think we got to have a lot of, and they're only going to maybe do it in limited areas where, like, they've got robo-taxis operating and they've done verification. So Tesla, I don't believe, is coding specifics for specific areas, but they are sending out verification vehicles driving FSD for thousands of hours in the area, so that they know they didn't run into any edge case that they need to account for, and fixing any edge cases that they ran into. So, because the whole idea of FSD with Tesla was never to hard code stuff. So,
well, I've been knowing, and I had a friend too, of how many people that have passed away behind the wheel.
Right. Well, it's funny you should say that. Funny's the wrong word. It's interesting you would mention that today, because Wednesday in Holly Springs, there was a woman who had a medical emergency while driving her car over there by the Harris Teeter, by your orthodontist for Connor, okay, that parking lot, and the car ran into a tree. Now, it's unclear, and I understood they performed CPR and that she later passed away. Now, I do not know if she passed away due to the extreme nature of the medical emergency, like she had a heart attack and they just couldn't do anything, or if it was injuries sustained from possibly flooring the car into a tree, or if it was a mixture of the two. I don't know, and I don't need to know, but I do know people are already reporting that they've had medical issues.
Oh, yeah.
And the car has safely pulled over and you know, allowed them to call for help or receive help. So, you know, is it going to save everybody in all cases? I'm not touting it as like a savior in all medical situations, but I know one guy's had an issue and he was trying to get himself to the emergency room for help, and he says FSD drove him to the emergency room.
That's perfect.
So it's taken us up 401 to Lake Wheeler to Hilltop Needmore. Must be what it's doing. Yeah, Johnson Pond Road. Okay, it's going to turn left at Culver's and go up that way. I'm just reading here to see where it's going. And it's giving me route options now, which Ruby never used to do. And if I didn't like the way it was going, if I had a preference for another route, I could still choose it. But generally speaking, the car will pick the fastest route. And a matter of fact, if you think you know better than the car, in some circumstances, you will be putting yourself at a longer time. All right, well, we successfully navigated that turn on red there. Those cars coming out were acting a little unsure. So what do you think about the roundabout in the new Target?
Oh my gosh, I hate roundabouts. I hate them.
Now, are they roundabouts or circles?
They are roundabouts.
Okay.
So, yeah, since there's nobody around using them, most of the time I'm there, I could get away with it. But I have, like some of their other turn lanes, I have done the wrong turn because my turn, you know, to go back to the left, I would have to go all the way up the road. And
yeah, to go to your house, you have to come out of Target and go around the circle to go to your house. That's exactly, to get left on 42.
Yep. Yeah,
well, I guess I grew up calling them circles, but I've started calling them roundabouts now. Probably like pecans and pecans. Because I've lived in multiple places that say it different, you don't know which pronunciation you're going to get from me. But
I never heard of them.
Yeah,
that down here.
Yeah, White Horse Circle in New Jersey is a intersection that I went through growing up, and I think that's just what all the locals called it, and therefore it's a circle. But so they're redoing the elementary school.
Oh, wow.
They're rebuilding renovating Fuquay Elementary. That's why it's all closed over here. So all the kids that used to go here are going to the elementary school by my house right now. And then this one, I think, is going to reopen. So we should move away from the guy with the cones a little bit. And we did successfully do that. Well, that circle over by Target, sometimes it's one lane in the circle and sometimes it's two. How does that work?
I have no idea.
I would be lying if I told you that I understood how to correctly navigate the circle. Obviously, I have eyes and I can see if I'm in the clear. And like you said, there's not enough people there in and out of that circle to matter, but it's only going to get more cut through traffic over time.
Yeah.
From people on 42 that don't want to go down to 5 points that are going to use that road to cut through, which I guess is why they made it a circle in the first place. Because they know once they opened up between 401 and 40, he saw that truck over the line and moved a little bit.
It's a maze.
Amaze.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen the movie yet. I'm not happy with Sean. Sean needs to get his family to the movie.
Oh, I know.
Project Hail Mary. Like, I hope you know the movie of this year is Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a chance to see how we're doing in construction. Because we're going to have to go on the wrong side of the road, and the car, you know, it would be a better test if we were the first car and not the second car. Now, back in the day with Jules, when we would be driving around on FSD, Jules would probably try to get out of line and go through and be like, okay, these cars are just stopped. I ain't waiting for this crap. Several times Jules did that, and maybe Robot, the Model Ys also, but the cars are waiting now. I think the car can see the cones ahead and understands construction. Well, I'm just saying here, so I guess we have a new circle here.
Oh, no.
So we put on, yeah, I heard that was happening. So we put on the turn signal to get left. He's waving us on, and you know, universal gesture for waving on. We're coming through this just fine. I've not touched the wheel. We're still in FSD.
I can't believe they're making an O. This is terrible. Circle.
Yeah, well, coming from New Jersey, circles are to be avoided. They are not great. But everybody up here, down here thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread. I guess I've been negative on them, but I'm going to try to be more positive. So we were doing 28 and a 35 until we're out of the construction zone here, and now you can see the car in standard is getting up to the speed limit. So I thought we held a good speed through there, but that could have been a little confusing for a human driver, and the car did excellent. So I'm very pleased. Isn't this more fun than just showing up and meeting me over here for lunch?
Oh, much better. Because I probably would have went the wrong way back there because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to go. I'd be just following the other
Well, if you need to go, if we had known to tell you, you could have come across on Hilltop Needmore from your house. You could have taken rolling that road across the Willow Spring Post Office and Hilltop Needmore would have been a reasonable route as well. But
this is a nice
so I guess it's bringing us into the back part of the country club, and this is probably why it chose this route instead of the one I just said. Yeah, I recognize this home with the little patchwork quilt square artwork on the back side.
Nice. Oh.
And it's not slinging you around?
No, it's not. I was getting prepared.
Do you feel like you're in a truck?
Nope. I feel like I am in a spaceship. Actually.
In a good way, though.
Yes.
I hope. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, total luxury. You know, like the Fifth Element kind of stuff.
Well, there are cars out here, but there's plenty of parking in the parking lot that I can see. We're probably going to we're just going to park here and walk to the building. Are you in shoes you can walk in?
Oh, yes.
Well, I said that, but then Case has other ideas about where we're parking. I'm just letting it see where it wants to park. It will, does it think I want to park? It might just be doing curbside. Okay, well, I'm going to go park us in a spot for the big truck that's not on top of little cars. I don't mind walking a little bit. We're not, what time is it?
Oh, it's only 11:15.
Okay, so we have 15 minutes.
Yeah. Wow. Do they do golf around here too?
Yes, this is still a legitimate golf. You can see the golf cart path right there. Okay, well, I'm in every other space and park here with these other. Well, they probably brought some stuff over from the store and therefore needed the truck, plus some employees came in the truck. I don't know who's speaking today, and I don't know the topic, but we'll learn in there. It's just to give us an update on an area of research for Alzheimer's dementia, and ties back to some of the funding that we've given in the past, like an update on how the money was used. And it's also a fundraiser for people in the community to bring awareness to the, nonprofit organizations' work, and also, some folks like to schmooze, and this gives them a chance to do that over lunch and be a fundraiser. 2 hours later, I'm just joking, we had this great view of the lake for the entire time we were at the luncheon table. And when the noise is less and we're sitting down in the truck, I'll say a few more things. Well, there's a pretty new red Model X over there. Yeah. So Miles Bryan is the researcher that talked to us today. He looked like he graduated high school yesterday, but he was married for 12 years and at least over 35.
Oh my
I think he said he graduated from college in 2011, so all us ladies at the table did the math really quick. He was very good speaker.
Oh, yeah.
He told several jokes and had people interacting with him and was funny and kept it at an informative but also a meaningful level,
Yes.
all at the same time, which is hard to do when you start talking about towel tangles for Alzheimer's disease and chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, when I tell you chip, you think of Lay's chips, right? Or maybe you're like my daughter, and he puts a picture of his daughter up with chocolate smeared on her face. She loves chocolate chips. But it's actually some sort of a protein, and that's what his lab used. So when we come to these luncheons in the spring, the researchers are reporting on what they did with the money that we gave them last year. So this was for checks written in 25. We're getting an update in 26 on it. The check that we gave Dr. Cohen a few weeks ago, which Miles works in his lab, we'll get an update on that research, what it led to next year at next year's luncheon. But anyway, they found something very promising within mice. He says it has to be able to get into the brain, which is harder than other organs. It has to be effective at what we want it to do, and then it has to be safe, which of course is a little bit, simplified, but also is what it is that they're doing. And, he talked about one drug that's on the market that I can't pronounce that actually is prolonging the progression of Alzheimer's symptoms by 6 to 12 months in some patients, which is
Not long.
But
it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. And if it's safe, then that's good. But he sounded very optimistic that within 5 years we could have some gene therapies that are very successful at reversing, stopping, or lessening Alzheimer's disease. And he gave one example about a children's disease, and I don't remember what it was called, that we have a gene therapy for now, that most of the children born with it died within a few weeks to the first year, and now we have children that have been alive for 5 years and have even gotten back some physical function that they had lost due to the disease, and it's due to gene therapies. So anyway, it was exciting to listen. It was hopeful. I found hopeful that we might be able to do some. And we also had a report from someone from Wake Forest, the ADRC, and she talked about studying metabolic stuff. So, the effects of cardiac and diabetes disease on Alzheimer's, because in some cases we have people that I guess show these proteins in their brains, but then the disease doesn't progress to actual cognitive impairment, and other people may usually there's always some of these tau tangles there, but it just seems to take over some people faster than others.
The body just overproduces.
So
for some reason.
So anyway, we enjoyed lunch. We did have real Whole Foods today. God, don't hit the golf cart is back there. Please don't hit the golf cart. He saw it now. All right, phew. I'm like, well, you don't expect her to, at least there's nobody in the golf cart, but we really don't need to slam the golf cart back there. I guess if somebody got the cart and loading up their clubs to get out on the golf course. It's a beautiful day here, except it's 89 stinking degrees. So yeah, but we had real Whole Foods today. We had salad, we had broccoli, green bean, carrots, like a steamed vegetable medley. There was mashed potatoes. I did not see butter and sour cream for the or bacon bits for the mashed potatoes. So that was a little, but there was ranch dressing and creamy horseradish sauce. Anyway, I think, and then we had the piece of rib roast. It was good. The poor guy serving it, he looked like he might not have just been doing this for a long time, and he was learning. I'm not being too hard on him, but he looked maybe he was learning.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't sure how to.
We had like 4 of these 8 to 10 pound roasts for 40 people. And he was slicing it roast beef at the delicatessen thin.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him waiting for him to put a second piece on my plate because I'm carnivore girl. And he went to the next person. I'm like, okay, I guess that's all I'm going to get. So I just went back up and got another piece. But
was it a decent size this time?
It was. It was. It was. Well, there's nothing wrong with the way he sliced it. It just...
But it was like that.
Well, it was
teeny.
It was thin. It
and
was
that big.
Yeah, yeah. You know, your girl, she likes her a real piece of meat. So, but anyway, it was a refreshing change of pace from pasta and chicken.
Yeah.
I guess I thought they did good today with the food, except for maybe on the dessert. There was dessert. Michelle and I did have a small mouthful of what they had. But I think there are some I know there are some people in the room with diabetes, and they need to have a sugar-free option. So I'm going to ask the board member speak up, because I saw one of the persons with diabetes go get the big piece of the cake. And then we shouldn't tempt them. We should have food that they can have. You know, some blueberries and cream would have even been a better choice. But anyway, I thought it was a big improvement. I was pretty happy with the food. I want to leave with that statement. So I gotta get Michelle home because she's got to go get Ariel.
Yep.
And Ariel is gonna make Michelle go out to eat lunch. I'm sure Michelle can find something to have at the restaurant.
So definitely.
And you know, get Ariel home for the weekend. I guess Sunday they're gonna start moving go and pick up some things from the dorm room in preparations for moving Ariel out. So when is her last day or last final exam?
Wednesday is her last. Very, very last.
Of the exam and everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wednesday.
Huh. Well, I think Johnny's is not until the first week of May. And since they're all in the UNC system, I'm a little surprised she's done as quick as she is.
It's because of the designing program. Everything is different.
Sure, that's that elite program, the aerial art thing that she's part of. Well, that's cool.
I mean, they even took care of all of her dormitory, her apartment dormitory for next year. I mean, they have their own process.
Good. They call them communities.
Yeah, exactly. And I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh gosh, she's going to be hippie. One of those communities. I was like, oh.
But it's actually a good thing because you're with your people.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely peer.
Yep.
You're not in with anybody else designers.
Well, the last thing you want is to have an exam on the very last day of the exam period and have to hang around.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you're far away. I mean, I guess Ariel could have moved home and just gone in for the exam, but some kids are far away. They can't do that. So, well, good for her. She's gotten through her first year. Yeah.
We made it.
Yep. And Devin checked out App State in the mountains with Sean last weekend.
Yep.
And is signed up for the fall. So Michelle's going to have 2 kids in college. It's going to start to get quiet at the house. I'm sorry.
What am I going to do with him? I'm talking about my husband. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, Devin's too far away to come home every weekend.
Yeah, he'll be 3 hours away or something like that.
Yeah, that's a little far for every weekend.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to be the sole entertainment for this man who works from home and takes a lot of breaks.
I see more shopping in your future.
I think so too. I think you and I are going to be going a lot of places.
Shopping. Okay. Dawn would probably be willing to let me go out a little bit more often. So when I came by Porter's this morning, there were 20 more cars in the parking lot and 30 or 40 people out in the field picking strawberries. Obviously, since we're in the heat of the day now, it's a few less people, but there were still people out there picking. Michelle says her family's been stopping in to buy buckets of strawberries, and they've been enjoying them this spring.
Yeah, every week. 2 buckets.
All right, here we are pulling into Michelle's driveway.
Ooh.
Oh, it's fine. Look. Yeah. Like I said, this morning I just didn't have the house number in right, but we're all good now.
This is awesome.
Oh, does Case know that we should stay in the sunshine?
Oh.
I mean, stay in the shade instead of in the sunshine.
This is awesome.
We're driving into the sun and it's been pretty bright, but FSD's not having any trouble. Dawn and I had an awesome nap. Yeah. I made Dawn a steak and eggs, and we're headed to pick up JB. JB wanted to be picked up in the Cybertruck. Well, JB's on the ground, but he's being held hostage on the plane while they wait for a gate to open up for them to come in. So he asked for a hot dog. We're going to swing into Sheetz, plug into the version 4 supercharger, and grab him a hot dog at the Sheetz. Yeah, this is that supercharger where, like, every other one is back in Poland. It's just kind of weirdness. It was the first version 4 looking pedestal in the area, though. There's a white wrapped Cybertruck down there on the end. And I wanted to see if it does say 325. Who knows? We sure do. He's ready to rock and roll. There's a white X down on the end. JB is in the truck.
Yeah, so you saw us coming, right, JB?
Yeah, from a half mile away. I saw this bright light all the way across the front of a car. I said, I think that's a
Yeah, the light bar might have gave us away. Way cool.
Sneaking up on him.
Yeah, you gotta sneak up on anybody.
So JB landed 15 minutes early and departed 15 minutes late. Got deplaned 15 minutes late. They had a little backup at the gate.
I didn't have any carry-on, so that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my flight was $38.
Oh, $38.
Wow.
Man after my own heart.
So how they looking? You able to get the supports out of them okay?
Yeah. You said they glow in the dark?
Yeah, they're glow in the dark.
I don't know.
Well, it's...
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Hang on. Alexa, headed to the house.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that glow. Okay, so more than a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.